We're already divorced, why wouldn't I leave? Go be with Bella. She waited for you, and now you belong to her completely. Arthur ignored Bella's name.
What divorce? When did we get divorced?
I took the decree from my bag and handed it to him. I left your copy at the Hamptons estate. In 5 years of marriage, every time my husband went out to be with his first love, he transferred a property into my name. After I had 99 properties, Arthur suddenly realized I had changed. I did not cry or make a scene, and I did not beg him not to leave. I simply chose the best villa in the Hamptons, held the transfer agreement, and waited for him to sign. My attorney had placed the divorce settlement and acknowledgement pages inside the thick property packet. Arthur signed every flagged page without reading beyond the deed. News of Bella Thorne's return was playing on the television in his office. Arthur's gaze remained fixed on the screen even as he took the papers from me and signed his name. The waterfront villa was almost impossible to buy in New York, yet it meant no more to Arthur than I did.
I've transferred over 60 houses to you by now, haven't I?
He twirled the pen in his hand and finally looked at me.
You're quite the wealthy little lady now.
The joy in his voice was not for me. It was only because his first love was coming back. The villa has a view of the sea. I like it very much. I did not tell him this was actually the 100th property he had transferred to me. Arthur had once confessed his love to me 100 times before I agreed to marry him. Now, after 100 betrayals, I had chosen a different ending. Arthur showed a hint of tenderness as he handed the papers back.
When I get back, I'll take you to see the fireworks.
I obediently put the agreement away and gave a soft hum of assent. He thought he had signed another apology. He had actually signed the settlement that allowed my attorney to end our marriage. Arthur confessed his love 100 times before I married him. Back then, I thought persistence meant devotion. His devotion lasted until Bella returned on our first wedding anniversary. I sat beside a candlelight dinner Arthur had arranged and waited until the food went cold. Instead of my husband, I received a property transfer agreement and one sentence of apology.
Sorry, Eleanor. I missed our anniversary. Will you forgive me?
An unfamiliar perfume clung to his coat. I pretended not to smell it and forgave him. He had asked me to love him 100 times. Like an idiot, I decided our marriage deserved 100 chances. After that came the second betrayal, the third, and all the rest. Eventually, Arthur began transferring a house to me before he left for Bella. Now the number had reached 100. I looked at Arthur and smiled because the counting was finally over. He froze, then lowered his gaze.
Wait for me. I'll take you to see the fireworks when I get back.
In the past, that small promise would have kept me waiting for weeks. I would have cried, grabbed his sleeve, and begged until he pulled my fingers away.
Lunatic.
Fortunately, I had already been his lunatic 99 times. I did not need his permission to stop at 100. My phone lit up before he left. The signed settlement has been accepted. The decree should be entered within 30 days. Arthur was already looking back at Bella's face on the television. I set one final reminder. Divorce decree 30 days. The countdown began while he was still watching another woman. 25 days remained. For 5 days, Arthur's normally empty social media documented every moment with Bella, from feeding pigeons by day to watching parades at night. The fireworks he promised me had disappeared from his mind. I stood up to pack my bags, spreading a chaotic mess across the floor. Then Arthur's assistant called me.
Mrs. Sterling, please don't forget the fireworks show at Lover's Point at 8 o'clock. If anything goes wrong, Mr. Sterling will have my head.
In 5 years of marriage, David was one of the few people who knew I was Mrs. Sterling. The event still appeared on Arthur's private calendar as a celebration for me, so David assumed the plan had not changed. I had no intention of making things difficult for him. All right. I'll go. On the way to Lover's Point, I remembered David directing me to Arthur's secret fireworks there 5 years earlier. I was returning to the same place with a very different heart. By the time I arrived, countless tourists had gathered and members of the media were setting up cameras. Suspicion rose inside me. I dialed Arthur's number, afraid I had misunderstood the location. The call went straight to a busy signal. I tried again. There was still no sign of Arthur. At 8 o'clock, the crowd began counting down, and I understood this was no longer the private promise Arthur had made to me.
Mr. Sterling prepared this show for the future, Mrs. Sterling. We're just lucky enough to see it.
I froze when the stranger called someone Arthur's future wife. Arthur's public image had always been that of an unmarried man. They could not possibly mean me. I knew the best vantage point was at the northern end of Lover's Point, since I was already there. I decided to take a look. At least the fireworks were innocent. The crowd was so dense that I was swept forward until I reached the very front. Then I saw Arthur. He stood in the prime spot with Bella in a deep embrace. Amid the explosions and the cheering crowd, I heard Arthur confess his feelings to her.
Bella, I should have done this years ago. Let me make it right now.
The meaning was clear. He had taken the night he promised me and given it to her. A reporter thrust a microphone in front of Bella.
Mrs. Tharn, what is your answer?
Arthur held Bella gently by the shoulders and looked at her with open anticipation. Bella raised the microphone. Then my eyes met Arthur's. He stopped moving.
Eleanor.
For 1 second, the people around us went quiet. Everyone followed his stare and turned toward me. Bella raised one eyebrow.
Who is this?
Arthur stepped toward me before I could answer. He was afraid I would reveal our marriage.